Hey there, everybody. This is Randy Dalton coming to you from R&B Properties. Today, I want to talk a little bit more about COVID-19. Some good news, some bad news in the news right now. I'm sure you're all aware Peel Region and Toronto are both in lockdown. In other regions around the GTA are in the red zones or orange zones. So we're going to talk a little bit more about the red zone. But before we go there, just a little bit of good news as well. If you haven't already heard, there's a lot of positive news coming out today about a possible vaccine, both from a couple of drug companies, but also University of Oxford has come up with a vaccine that may be very inexpensive and a lot easier to be able to deploy around the world more quickly. So definitely a lot of good news. But right now we still have these different zones and lockdowns, and what does all of this mean? So last week I talked a little bit about our leasing protocol and how that's changing in the red zone. And today I am going to talk a little bit about maintenance and how that's happening in terms of the red zone. If you recall last spring when we were in a full lockdown, we're basically weren't doing any maintenance other than emergencies or anything outside that we could do without entering anybody's units. The red zone, we're kind of, we started to open things up, but with the red zone, we're starting to close things back up again. We're not going quite as far as where we were with the lockdown, but we're very close to it. Best way to explain it is for the red zones and maintenance work. If it's an emergency, yes, absolutely, we are going to do that. If it's non-emergency, it's being left with our maintenance coordinator to make a judgment call. So what does that mean? Let's think about something like drywall. Drywall is not imperative. And doing drywall repairs means multiple visits. We're having to go in and do first coat, let it dry, go back and do second coat, let it dry, go back and do third coat, let it dry, go back and sand it and prime it, let it dry, go back and paint it. So it's often 4 or 5 visits. It's ongoing exposure both for our staff but also for our tenant. So something like drywall repairs we're just not doing right now. The big thing is emergencies, yes, and things that could become emergencies. So what that means is electrical and plumbing. If there's minor leaks, it's going to be in the judgment of our maintenance coordinator to make a decision whether or not that's something that we should be entering and doing a repair for. So that's really what it comes down to for us with regards to the red zone and maintenance repairs. Of course, we're going to continue to do emergency. We're going to continue to do outside work no matter what happens. In those red zones, it's a bit of a judgment call, really looking at things that we want to make sure we want to nip them in the butt before they become an emergency. So electrical and plumbing issues that are being done. Of course, anything that's a safety violation or a safety concern or a building code violation, those types of things are definitely going to continue to be done. And things like drywall repairs, paint, just not going to happen right now. So for our tenants that are sitting in those red zones, we do apologize. You're going to have to remain patient. Hopefully, we will see the end of all of this soon with vaccines hopefully coming sometime next year. Hopefully sooner rather than later next year. I think that's all for now. We're going to keep this one really short. So for everybody out there, before I sign off, administrative matters, again, if you like this content, please click the like button. If you don't like it, hit the dislike button. We love the feedback. It allows us to make these videos better over time. And definitely subscribe if you like it. If you want to hear more, hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to our channel. We will not be advertising all of our videos. The weekly ones will be, but there's probably 2 or 3 videos that go up a week that don't get advertised. So if you subscribe, you'll definitely get that information sent to you by YouTube. That is all for now. Until next week, everybody out there, stay safe, stay healthy. We will see you again soon.